Perfect. So we are live with the recordings, everybody. Today we have here URI, who are our ecosystem partner. They have several protocols that they want to integrate now into our blockchain. And John here, who is the founder of URI, are here to present this to you guys. I'm gonna take off my own camera and leave space for the presentation from John today. So yeah, John, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name's John. I'm the founder of RYI, the ecosystem, and we've been building for a couple of years now, and we're partners with Roburna. We were super excited to partner with you guys because we're all about innovation. That's probably the biggest thing we try to align with is being innovative and adaptable. And the blockchain that you guys were building, there's a lot of creativity, a lot of analytics, and there's a lot of innovativeness within the chain, and that attracted us immediately to what you guys were building. And so we wanted to be a part of that. So that was kind of the original draw from RYI to your blockchain. Now, the kind of the premise of RYI is what we're doing is we're building pretty much a complete ecosystem toolkit, DApp ecosystem, based off kind of the principles I talked about earlier as far as the innovation aspect. And what we want to do is we want to empower blockchains. That's our primary goal. So we want to be able to provide I'll first cover kind of our dApps and with kind of what that looks like. Our biggest dApps that we have a lot of dApps. We're a big developing ecosystem. We have a big wide developer team, and they all kind of specialize in different things. So we have Unity DeFi, which is our DEX, but really it's just a pretty diverse DeFi platform. And within Unity DeFi, so you're able to do all the standard things that you can do on a DEX. And we're going to be launching that on Roburna for all their users. And the biggest thing is empowering the users to have a user-friendly DeFi app or DeFi application and a platform that they can utilize. Relatively seamless. And one of the biggest things that Unity DeFi focuses on is, like I was just talking about, is empowering projects to build on your blockchain. That's going to be one of the biggest things as these blockchains basically start where they're at and they grow. Is we're kind of going to serve as that middle tool set where projects are able to onboard and they're able to use our applications. So we have Unity DeFi, which is our DEX, and within Unity DeFi, there's a lot of applications. MDAS is probably our biggest one that's probably going to get as far as the growth aspect. So with MDAS, what you're able to do is you're able to create staking suites in minutes and completely developer free. And so what this kind of looks like is a project that wants to launch on your blockchain, and they have a great idea, a great niche, whether that's NFT based, AI based, gaming based, DeFi based, it doesn't really matter. And when they launch on your chain, they're going to be able to launch staking suites to support their users in minutes, because a lot of these projects they launch and it takes 3, 6, 9 months for them to be roadmap complete, or at least initially. So that's kind of always a big holdup, and something we identified early in the space was that it takes time to develop and it takes time to execute the roadmap. So what we did is we saw this as a big problem or a big need in the space. And it was something initially when ROI first started that I was looking for, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And it was basically because we had developers that were developing within their niche or their specialty, and we wanted to get basically staking platforms up for our holders, our users, to be able to accrue more tokens, more crypto, while we were working behind the scenes and building. And so what we did is we ended up just building that ourselves. And so now MDAS, it's a multi-chain, and basically what you're able to do is you're able to go on to MDAS, and within about 5 minutes, you just plug in some information, and you're able to, the smart contracts are automatically in the back end supporting you launching your own staking pools. And you can launch stablecoin, you can launch NFT staking, you can launch any type of cryptocurrency staking. And the biggest thing that we wanted to support, because it's absolutely necessary for projects to grow, is obviously the liquidity staking, liquid staking. So any project, and here's kind of the kind of neat thing about it, is any holders, let's say your top 3, top 5 holders, can even create staking pools, and they can basically add a percent of their total holdings. Let's say they add 3% of their total holdings because they want to help the project grow. They can create a staking pool or a staking suite, meaning they can launch liquidity staking, or the projects launch liquidity staking, token staking, individual token staking, or even NFT staking, and they can do this all in minutes, and it's completely developer free. And the only the fees that are charged on there are absolutely minimal, and it's just basically to cover the cost. I think right now it's like 0.2 BNB, but what we're doing now, or whatever the native chain token is, and we're able to just basically send that back to the wallet that created the pools. And that's what we're doing currently, because we want this to be a free developer toolkit to basically empower the blockchains. So that's our biggest application that we are pushing into the space, and we're pushing to the chains that we are partnered with. And because we really want to give them that solid foundation, so they don't have to worry about basically any type of staking applications or tool sets or any of that. They can really focus on their niche, because we want the blockchains to thrive and have time, because that's a lot of time, cost, developer time, all that stuff that they don't have to worry about. And so now they're able to focus on whatever their specialty is, so they can create a better product for the holders. One of the other pretty neat applications, the dApps that we are launching alongside on Unity DeFi, and we're able to add, and we're going to be adding your blockchain as well. It's basically a wallet manager. And so it's on Unity DeFi, and basically it's pretty cool. What it is it's basically a BSC scan, eScan on steroids. And you can monitor all of your assets from, it's basically like going on to BSC scan or Etherscan or whatever, and you can see all your assets. Well, with DeFi Dash, you're able to see all of your assets from all the chains that you're currently on, to basically manage your wallet more efficiently. And we're going to have a lot more features that are going to be coming to it. And what makes kind of DeFi Dash unique? So one of the things the reason DeFi Dash, that's going to be on your chain, that's going to be unique, is that what we did was, when we created the backend for DeFi Dash, we set it up so we can make new trending or innovative features, and we can deploy them really quick. We made the backend very flexible, meaning that we can integrate and make additions extremely quick. So that's going to be a constantly evolving wallet manager. And what I saw with a lot of other wallet managers is they basically created these wallet managers, Web3 wallet managers, but there was really no changes or growth. It just kind of stayed static, and that's just the way it was. Well, in this space is constantly growing nonstop. Every week there's something new. Every week, I mean, it's tech, it's evolving technology, and it grows rapidly. So when we created a lot of our applications that are going to be on your chain, what we did was we set up the back end to be highly flexible, so we could basically work with the smart contracts, and we could add new features constantly to stay at the tip of the spear of technology, and kind of do like a market analysis, what's trending, a tech analysis, what do people want, and what's going to help people benefit on Web3, on the blockchain, the best. And with the way we set up our backend, we're able to integrate a lot of those features. So one of the cool things about DeFi Dash that's going to be launching here in the next I mean, I'm hoping this week, but no later than about a week from now, is we're going to have what's called multiple wallet view. So you're going to be able to basically go to DeFi Dash. It's on Unity DeFi. And that once you connect your wallet, you'll see the tab. This is going to be on your chain. So when you're able to basically click on the chain, connect to your chain, and then you're going to be able to see DeFi Dash. And then on the right side, a window is going to pop up, and that's going to be DeFi Dash. You're going to see all your assets from all the chains you're on, so you can have a good grasp on what is actually in your wallet. Now, what's cool is the multiple wallet view. You're going to be able to have multiple wallets in view. So as you're transacting and you're able to kind of navigate your wallet portfolio and basically expedite the process of interacting with your blockchain. And so that's something we wanted to do. Like I said, one of the biggest pillars for us is the user-friendly aspect and empowering the blockchains, which means we're empowering the holders. And that's our primary focus. And I feel like if we stay kind of within those lines, where we're here to empower the chains, we're here to empower the users, the holders, the communities, then you're headed in the right direction. And so that's our primary focus. We also have, because the majority of users, they're working jobs, they have family, they have stuff going on in life. So most people are using their mobile apps. So that's a big front for us. That has been for probably like 2 years now. We have a good relationship with Apple iOS primarily, and their team. I went through a verification process with them, an extensive one, because I was like, well, we're going to be here long term. Might as well build a relationship with you. So we did. So I went through a bunch of interviews, had to do a bunch of verifications and stuff like that. And we were able to get verified by Apple. So basically we could have a streamlined dialogue with their team to get mobile apps approved on Apple. And then also with Google, which is Google Play. So we have big footprints on both of those. Our biggest app that's really neat, and this is another where Roburna chain is going to be added as well. So you're going to have basically a iOS and Google Play Web3 crypto wallet manager. We just updated the UI. Another thing that's really cool about this app is we can constantly add new features and new updates based off community request. That's another thing that kind of separates us from a lot of other projects, is the process it takes from the community to make requests and to want to see different applications that are features, especially because the market constantly evolves. And we're able to integrate those pretty quickly on all of our dApps to include the mobile applications. So as we're working on your chain, we're going to be able to, most likely within the Telegram group, hear a lot of the community talk about, hey, I want to see, can you add these features? Because I've seen this elsewhere, or I am just individually thinking this would be beneficial for the dApps that are built on your chain. And so we're able to basically talk to the Roburna team, and they can say like, hey, I've had some requests for this, and we're able to relay to our developers, and they're able to add these integrations quickly. So we're kind of taking it from, you have the Web3 desktop approach with the applications, and then we're also able to translate that into mobile applications as well, since everybody is on the go. And that's just, that's where we are currently. Most people are using mobile phones to interact with the chain a lot of the time. So those are our primary focuses. And there's obviously a ton more to touch on, but I just wanted to touch on the dApps. That way you guys can kind of get thinking about it as far as, what to look forward to on Roburna chain. So I'll stop right there, and then maybe we can go from there.
This was a very nice presentation. Especially the staking suites is something that's going to be very, very attractive for the projects that want to go live on the Roburna blockchain. As you say, it's cost friendly and it's processing time friendly. But I have another subject to this. We had an early cooperation partner that I know several of the people here in the AMA had been invested into the project, and their staking suites got hacked. which obviously by having a staking suite made by professional developers, and it's the same codes that gets redeployed, which means that it's the same security, which should make it a lot more safer for developers. Basically, they kind of come with an audit tag when they deploy from you, because it is the same codes that has already been deployed earlier, which means that exploits will have it should not be possible, and it will make it a lot safer for the developer, for the investors to put their money and their tokens into a staking suite if it's made by RYI Unity, because that way this has been proven with track records. Now I think your staking platform have been live for almost 2 years, right?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. So just to touch on that, so we really lucked out. Our Unity DeFi developer, which actually is soon to be Unity Ventures DeFi platform here, hopefully in the next day or two, or a couple days. He actually was a blockchain Web3 instructor at a school. And so he's a senior developer, and he actually, so he's obviously a Web3 developer, specializes in building from scratch, but he's also a Web3 auditor as well. And so we've just been very fortunate to have this relationship with him continuously, and be able, he's our senior advisor, obviously, by far, as far as anything development. We have about 3 development teams, but he is our lead developer when it comes to Web3. And you know, he calls it as it is. So he's very direct with me, and I appreciate that, because I'm on the project management side. Like, I understand back end, but obviously I'm not a coder of his caliber or anything like that. And he's been around for a long time, so his valuable insight into, especially since that's his specialty, is the security aspect, you know, is very beneficial. And I just wanted to kind of touch on that, because, you know, I think that's a valuable asset that, you know, we're fortunate to have. I say fortunate because of the relationship and how it started. And, you know, when I was talking to him originally, before he left that instructor position, that was his background. And I thought that was really cool and unique. And, you know, we're very fortunate to have him on board.
That is awesome that you have a good support. I know you have good developers, but I didn't knew that they were in that caliber. You had never mentioned that to me. But again, what's very important for the investors to know is that it has a proven track record. It has been live for several years. It has never been exploited, and this gives confidence when a project comes in and wanna use these staking suites. So one thing is that it's easy to interact with for the projects. They can get their staking suites live very quickly, but at the same time, the security goes on RYI Unity's part. So this is not to be a concern. So for the investors who trust in RYI Unity, you can comfortably trust in any staking suites that's deployed from their platform, because the developers don't have any possibility to make doors themselves, if that should be what they are, you know, because we never know what happens in this space. You know, there is developers who have bad intentions, so this is something that's very, very interesting. And I just wanted to make a note for the community, because as I said, there has been several people in the AMA here today who was exploited through this and have still not been made whole. Besides this, you made the presentation for the wallet management, and this is obviously something that's very, very big. I know many people are invested over many chains and go in and out to projects. So have an overall view where you can go in and interact with this, and have a VC view over what assets do you have on what chains, and because many times, and especially in the bull run, which we are about to go into now, then people forget. I myself actually did a review earlier this year, went through some wallets, and I found some investments I had done back in 2021, which are still sitting there. Some of them are dust, and some of them are still with a great potential to become something. But just to have the overview is something that's very user friendly for people who interact, and obviously for people here, as Roburna blockchain is about to go live. That means that with this interacted with the Roburna blockchain, you can comfortably invest, you can sit back and wait, and you can keep the full overview of your investments through your dashboard. So it's very, very interesting. I haven't seen the new UI, so I have to do some little research after this AMA myself, because we have been very busy on the Roburna team for the last few months. So that update I had missed myself. So very, very interesting. Do you have more things that you wanna go in and tell the community now, or should we see if anybody from the community have some questions?
Yeah, just the DeFi Dash. DeFi Dash is really neat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm the project manager, and I work with the builders and stuff like that. But I mean, I love using that thing. It's really neat because a lot of times you have to go to a particular scan explorer, and then you got to jump to like 3 others or 2 others or whatever. You go to DeFi Dash, and I mean, literally, it doesn't matter what chain you're on. All your assets are there. It's really neat, and the biggest thing I think that I just want to reiterate is the community involvement from the Roburna community. You guys providing feedback on what you want to see, because we have the ability to add new features so quickly too. And that was one of the biggest frustrations I had previously, like a year or two ago or 2 years ago or whatever, was that is basically a lot of wallet applications don't have the ability to make quick upgrades and add new features, even though new features and abilities, technologies evolving, constantly coming out. So that's one of the really neat things about DeFi Dash. So if you guys haven't used DeFi Dash, definitely check it out. It's really neat. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. And like I said, once you guys use it a little bit, feel free to, make suggestions, comments in the community, because we do, like I said, have the ability to add new features, and we have a ton of features already lined up that are going to be coming out rapidly. And I think the first one's going to be the multi-wallet view. And then there's going to be some other ones coming out that are just as neat and cool as the multi-wallet view. And then after that, we'll be looking to the community of users on chains to be able to kind of say like, hey, I really want to see this. So, but other than that, yeah, that's about it.
See, that's amazing. A project that goes in and takes the community seriously. And now you mentioned my community. Would you like us to collect some suggestions for you? Because we're gonna obviously, as you integrate your protocols to our chain, we are gonna go through both with tutorials, everything. We're gonna go through with our adopters of the chain. Would you like us to collect this feedback to you, or would you like us to come into your chat individually from the investors? How would you like us to interact and give you this feedback back in terms of, because I know we have adopters from all over the world. We have adopters who are in the early stage of getting to know the Web3, and we have some who are more senior in the Web3 space, if we can say it like this. So how would you like us to come back with this feedback to you?
As far as the team, definitely communicate with one of our team members. And as far as the community, just so we have direct communication so we can expedite that process. But as far as the community and the holders and stuff, just feel free to either message our team or within the community chat as well, because we have within the RYI ecosystem, a lot of our holders have a lot of experience. I mean, the best feedback I get is from the groups. because they see things that I don't see. The majority of my day consists of, working with the developers or working with partners. So sometimes I get out of touch. I do my best to stay in touch, but luckily I do get a lot of real-time feedback from our partners and the developers, and they're able to kind of keep me up to date as far as the Web3 in general, blockchain applications. I spend a lot of time in research as well. That's probably 30% of my day usually is in research. We're looking at a lot of different ways to empower the holder, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. Is if we can focus on empowering the holders of these communities, and especially empowering the blockchains, we're all going to grow together. And that is more so my definition of success. And that's my belief. That's my opinion. And I think if you stick with that mindset, I think we all are going to get somewhere, in a good, successful place. But yeah, definitely feel free to jump into the chat. And,
hey guys, can anyone hear me?
Like I said, we have a lot of experience in our chat. A lot of people have been in this space a long time, and I get my best feedback from the group chats. If you go to the RYI Telegram group, you'll see the tabs. There's like 8 of them, and they're there for a reason. We have our governance tab too, and people jump in there, because we make proposals and they'll give their honest feedback. Whether it's good or bad doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, because there's going to be growth from it. So that's the biggest thing. So feel free to in the Roburna chat, or you guys can jump in the other chat and say like, hey, I want to see this, on the applications integrated, since your focus is empowering the blockchains and the holders.
That sounds absolutely amazing. So just for all everybody listening here today, now you know that you can reach out in RYI Unity's own chat. But we are going to do like this: that when right now we are in our phase 1, we have our integration phase, and as soon as things are integrated and we go to phase 2, then we will go into depth with our own community and go through your applications and show this to our community. I will do some feedback forms where they can come with feedback, but anybody who would like to come with feedback earlier, or anything that's not related to the forms that we have, do reach out in the RYI Telegram chat, and let the team know. I know we are constantly in contact with Dennis. Dennis, we have a very, very fluent contact with. Obviously, you and me have been talking now for quite some time. But if I should hear anything, or if we should see anything in our chat, I have my own moderator here who is also listening in today. They will come and relate that feedback. And as soon as we go into the phase 2 and you are integrated in our blockchain, then we will run some tests, because as I explained earlier, we have a lot of early adopters to the DeFi space. So we will help them how to make use of this, and let them come back with feedback as well, because new users is normally what I have experienced with when we have developed ourselves, is that the new users comes with an angle of view that we don't catch ourselves when we have been in the space for quite some time,
Yeah, definitely.
Hey guys,
Perfect.
can anyone hear me?
Dennis, now you go through clear, yeah?
I've been trying to speak for a while now. I don't know if it's from my connection over here. So happy New Year, everyone. Congratulations to Roburna once more on launching your blockchain. It's a very, very big achievement, and obviously a start for something great. So I just want to chip in a little concerning DeFi Dash. It's relatively new, but over the past weeks and months, we've had big players from the crypto space come into test. For example, Polygon chain, the Polygon chain we all know. Sorry for my background noise. I'm actually at a restaurant getting dinner. But Polygon chain we all know tested us some weeks back, and they even posted a review about us. They posted us on their official Twitter, which I just shared the link to the group, to Roburna chats down there. So we are also in communications with Base Chain, what other chain? Optimism. We're getting in touch with Optimism too, for that official tweet about us. It's relatively safe and fast, even faster than BSC scan of recent. We tested that, and you can get your price feed faster on DeFi Dash compared to BSC scan and the rest.
This is an amazing achievement. I've just seen the post here. This is absolutely amazing, and it just shows a really committed team. And this is what we have seen from being with you guys since we started our partnership. Is that you have always been very committed, very communicative. And always supported the community, and obviously getting noticed from, we are not the biggest projects, but getting noticed by Polygon is a big achievement, and I do believe that RYI Unity is gonna be a project that's gonna be very noticed throughout this new circle that we are going into now. So thanks a lot for sharing this, Dennis. This is a very big achievement. Let me see here. So I can see there is one question posted now by one from the community, which is asking, when will the full RYI Unity be integrated into the Roburna blockchain? Yeah, this I think might be a little bit hard to answer on, because RYI Unity has much more features than what's just explained here in this AMA, and for those who or podcast as we called it today, and for those who have we have investors who are also invested into RYI Unity already know that this is the case. So basically, I can answer that RYI Unity is soon gonna start the integration. We are gonna give them the development documents now for them to start the integration. For the full integration, RYI Unity is a project that doesn't have a fully disclosed roadmap, which means that they will keep developing, and I'm quite sure that as they keep developing their things, this will be integrated into our ecosystem on our blockchain. So I think that's probably the best answer. I don't know if you have anything to comment to this, just so you know that the time frame within the next 3 to 5 weeks is when we are going to phase 2, and then we have our phases of mainnet from phase 2 to phase 4, where we are integrating bridges and protocols over 15 to 45 days for each phase, and we are taking a little long for the phase 1 because we want to get everything integrated correctly and tested before we do the holder migration. Phase 2 is going to be the holder migration, and then we're going to move forward from there. So I don't know if you have any comments to add to what I just said, John.
No, I think you nailed it. Yeah, and it's going to be, I mean, it's a relatively, as far as like a large scale integration, bringing a lot of these dApps, it's actually relatively quick. So working with the Roburna team, it's a pretty quick integration process. We are finishing up a couple big new feature additions. I think the stuff that we were just talking about as far as the multi-wallet view, and a couple other features. The DeFi Dash RYI Pay is getting a brand new UI. Just did actually. It's on iOS, going to Android. And there's going to be some big integrations into the RYI Pay app. And then Unity DeFi is getting a bunch of big, like large scale integrations that we've been waiting to basically put into the back end. It's the first of its kind. It's the first of its kind that I've seen on any chains. So Unity DeFi, and we've talked about it briefly in our chat. And so we basically just wrapped up the back end research, and the back end's actually beginning, or we're going to be pushing into it shortly. But Unity DeFi is going to be upgrading to basically a version 3, which is going to be available on Roburna blockchain once we finish the integration. But you're going to see basically what you see now in Unity DeFi, soon to be Unity Ventures DeFi platform, is going to be, by the time it's on Roburna blockchain, it's going to be our version 3, which is really cool and really neat for the users and the holders that are going to be using Roburna blockchain, because you're going to get a better experience, and because there's going to be new features available on there that are state of the art, tip of the spear for any type of DeFi platform, and then DeFi Dash as well. So yeah, so I mean, pretty much everything that you said was spot on. I just wanted to kind of throw those bits in there because it's real neat. The timing kind of just worked out.
That is amazing. A project like this is not something we see a lot in DeFi. If there's any of the people listening here to the AMA who would like to drop some questions, you can raise your hand, as we have had some accidents in earlier AMAs. We will only unmute people if they are known to us. Unknown alt accounts will not be unmuted, but you're also welcome to drop your questions in chat. We have a few minutes here where we can go over questions if anybody should want to. So yeah, me from my side, I have been looking forward to this day, obviously to my mainnet, and also to really fully get our partnership up and running, because we have had our partnership, but now it becomes real with us going to mainnet. We are very, very proud of having a project like URI coming as a partner. As mentioned, you have a lot more features in your whole application than what's just presented here, and if everything was to be presented, it would take hours. I'm sure we will catch up again on a later AMA or podcast. We have had a few together, and I'm sure as we move through our mainnet phases, we will take even more, and we can go into to more details about the other things in the protocol. So yeah, we will just give a minute or two for investors and community members if anybody else have questions before we end the recordings for today. So if anybody should have any more questions, then please let us know now when we are here live. And if not, then we will catch back on it again. And also, John is very, very active in his own community. So should there be any questions, you're also allowed to go in and drop your questions in there later. So I'm just looking over. I can't see anybody. Okay, so we have Ash asking a question. Is this the wallet? I cannot fully confirm because it's not on my native language, but it is. Yes, Dennis replied. So URI Pay is the wallet that Ash just shared a screenshot on. And for those who didn't, we had a campaign with URI, and it was through our Arbor bot, which is a second protocol in our own ecosystem. We had a campaign where we went through the URI wallet and made downloads on the application. I'm quite sure I was speaking with Dennis earlier before New Year, and I think we are going to be doing a new campaign. But either way, as we move forward towards the mainnet and fully integration, then obviously we'll come with everything to the community members for everybody to test this. But yeah, maybe Dennis, after you're finished with your dinner, maybe I could get you to send the direct links both to the Apple Store and to the Google Store. Then we will make a little post after the AMA here. We are gonna release the recordings of this podcast tomorrow, and we will add the links to all your protocols and to your wallet, so people they can download it and test it. And I will be making a form where our own community members and investors can come in and give feedback. Then I will collect everything from our investors and relate it to. I'm gonna relate it directly to Dennis, and he will keep you up to date, John. So yeah, as there isn't any more questions being posted, maybe do you have any last words, John, before I end the recordings for today?
No, not really. Just wanted to say, thanks for setting this up. I think in the future, we can jump on and kind of do something similar. Once we're live and our dApps are live on Roburna chain, it'd be good to jump on live periodically like this and kind of discuss like the new upgrades that are available for holders or users, just to keep them up to date and just to have that open line of communication. So we can just keep the communities together, kind of synced up. So once again, yeah, thanks for having me on, and looking forward to the next couple weeks, next month. The first quarter that we're in right now are just starting, so pretty excited about it all.
Perfect. Thanks a lot for joining today, and you nailed it. We are obviously gonna invite you guys into to a lot more podcasts and also AMAs. We are planning in our phase 2 where we're gonna do bigger setups, where we're gonna run it on Telegram, on Twitter, or X as it's called now, just as we have done earlier, where you guys have arranged it. We are gonna start to make these open AMAs where we're going to go in and present updates from our ecosystem partners, and you guys are always welcome to join. I will reach out to you as we are moving towards the phase 2, and as we have our community members testing it, I'll be inviting you directly in so we can go through, because your ecosystem are quite big. So we will be doing at least one more singular where it's just going to be your project, and then we're going to do several over the next coming years. We are here to stay, so then we will come in and invite you guys in. So I'm gonna end the recordings for now. So we have this, and we'll be uploading it tomorrow.
Sounds great.